Good morning, everyone. Warriors, protectors, champions of purpose, thank you for being here today. I look around this room and I see something truly inspiring. I see people who have fought battles, people who have faced challenges, people who are ready to make their last stand. And I'm here to tell you something that's going to ignite your spirit. This is your last stand, your fight for what truly matters. The things that matter most in your life, your dreams, your loved ones, your values, are worth fighting for. Today, we're going to talk about how you can identify what truly matters to you, how you can fight for it with everything you've got, and how you can make your last stand a legacy of courage and purpose. Let's start with a simple truth. Life is a battlefield, and what you fight for defines who you are. Every day you're faced with choices: to fight or to surrender, to stand up or to walk away, to protect what matters or to let it slip through your fingers. But here's the thing about the last stand. It's not about fighting for everything. It's about fighting for what truly matters. It's about standing up for the dreams that keep you awake at night, the relationships that give your life meaning, the values that guide your every decision. Making your last stand means digging deep, finding your courage and saying, "This is worth fighting for. This is where I draw the line." When you fight for what truly matters, you don't just survive the battle, you win the war. You don't just exist, you live with purpose. What does it mean to make your last stand? It means identifying the core of your life, the things that you would fight for, no matter the cost. It means refusing to let fear, doubt, or external pressures stop you from protecting what's most important. It means standing tall, even when the odds are against you, because you know that what you're fighting for is worth it. Making your last stand is about fighting with heart, with grit, with an unshakable belief that what matters to you is non-negotiable. And when you make your last stand, you don't just protect what's yours, you create a legacy. You show the world what it means to live with conviction, to fight for purpose, to stand for something greater than yourself. I want you to think about what truly matters to you, what you would fight for in your last stand. Maybe it's your family, the people who have stood by you through every storm, and you'd fight to give them the life they deserve. Maybe it's your dream of building a business that makes a difference, a dream you've poured your heart into despite the setbacks. Maybe it's your integrity, the values you hold dear, even when the world tempts you to compromise. Do you feel the weight of that? Do you feel the fire that comes with knowing what's worth fighting for? Now think about what happens when you make your last stand. Do you let it slip away, or do you fight with everything you've got? Let me tell you a story about someone who made their last stand, a woman named Rosa Parks. In 1955, Rosa Parks, a black seamstress in Montgomery, Alabama, was riding a segregated bus. The law required her to give up her seat for a white passenger, but Rosa refused. That day she made her last stand, not just for her own dignity, but for the dignity of millions. Her act of defiance sparked the Montgomery bus boycott, a pivotal moment in the civil rights movement. Rosa faced arrest, threats, and immense pressure, but she stood her ground because she knew what truly mattered: justice, equality, and freedom. Her last stand changed history, inspiring a movement that fought for what truly matters. Why? Because Rosa Parks made her last stand, because she fought for what truly matters. Let's dive deeper into Rosa's story, because there's so much we can learn from her courage. Imagine being Rosa Parks on that bus, feeling the weight of segregation, knowing that refusing to move could cost you everything: your job, your safety, your freedom. Imagine the stares, the threats, the fear as you sit there, refusing to give in. And yet, Rosa didn't let fear stop her. She'd spent years working with the NAACP, fighting for equality in small ways, preparing for this moment. She'd seen the pain of injustice, felt it in her bones, and decided this was her line in the sand. She'd stand for justice, even if it meant standing alone. And because she made her last stand, she didn't just change her own life, she changed the world. She showed us that fighting for what truly matters can move mountains. Now, you might be thinking, That's an incredible story, but I'm no Rosa Parks. I don't have kind of courage or impact. Let me stop you right there. You don't need to be Rosa Parks to make your last stand. You don't need a global stage or a historic moment. Making your last stand is personal. It's about the battles in your own life. Maybe your last stand is fighting to save your marriage, refusing to let it crumble despite the challenges. Maybe your last stand is standing up for a friend who's being unfairly treated, even if it makes you unpopular. Maybe your last stand is holding on to your dream of becoming a doctor, even after failing the entrance exam twice, whatever it is. It's yours, and when you make your last stand, you fight for what truly matters to you. I've seen the power of making a last stand in my own life. A few years ago, I faced a battle that tested everything I believed in. I had a dream to open a community center for underprivileged kids, a place where they could learn, grow, and feel safe. But the odds were against me. No funding, no support, and endless red tape. People told me to give up, that it wasn't worth the fight. But I knew this dream mattered. It was my purpose, my way of giving back. So I made my last stand. I worked tirelessly, knocking on doors, pitching to donors, navigating every obstacle. It took years, but today that community center is thriving, helping hundreds of kids. Why? Because I made my last stand, because I fought for what truly matters. Let's talk about why making your last stand matters. In a world that's full of distractions, making your last stand is your greatest act of clarity. It's what defines you. It's what makes you, you. When you make your last stand, you give yourself permission to focus on what truly matters, to let go of the noise, to protect what's sacred, to fight for what gives your life meaning. You give yourself permission to live a life of purpose, of integrity, of impact. And when you make your last stand, you inspire others to do the same. You show them that fighting for what truly matters isn't just a battle, it's a victory. You become a beacon, a reminder that we can all stand for something greater. Let me tell you about another person who made their last stand, a man named Viktor Frankl. Viktor was a Jewish psychiatrist who survived the Holocaust, enduring unimaginable horrors in Nazi concentration camps. In the face of starvation, brutality, and loss, Viktor made his last stand for meaning. He believed that even in the darkest moments, life had purpose, and that purpose was worth fighting for. He'd help fellow prisoners find hope, sharing stories, encouraging them to hold on to their dreams of freedom. After the war, he wrote Man's Search for Meaning, a book that has inspired millions to find purpose in suffering. Why? Because Viktor Frankl made his last stand, because he fought for what truly matters. Let's dive deeper into Viktor's story, because there's so much we can learn from his resilience. Imagine being Viktor Frankl in Auschwitz, surrounded by death, stripped of everything, your family, your freedom, your dignity. Imagine the despair, the temptation to give up, the constant threat of losing hope. And yet Viktor didn't let despair win. He'd cling to memories of his wife, imagining her face to keep going. He'd find meaning in small acts, sharing a piece of bread, comforting a stranger, dreaming of a future where he could help others heal. And because he made his last stand, he didn't just survive, he thrived. He showed the world that fighting for what truly matters can sustain us, even in the darkest times. So, how do you make your last stand? How do you fight for what truly matters? Let me give you 3 practical steps to help you get started. Step 1, identify what truly matters to you. Take a moment to reflect. What are the dreams, relationships, and values that you would fight for? No matter what gives your life meaning, write it down, hold it close, make it your North Star. Because when you identify what truly matters, you give yourself a reason to fight. You give yourself clarity in the chaos. Step 2, fight with everything you've got. Making your last stand isn't about half-hearted efforts. It's about giving it your all. Fight with courage, with passion, with resilience. Face the obstacles head on, whether it's fear, doubt, or external challenges. Refuse to back down because what you're fighting for is worth it. Because when you fight with everything you've got, you honor what truly matters. Step 3, build a legacy through your stand. Your last stand isn't just about you, it's about the impact you leave behind. So fight in a way that inspires others, that creates change that leaves a mark. Share your story, support others in their battles, show the world what it means to stand for something. Because when you build a legacy through your stand, you turn your fight into a movement. Let me tell you about a woman I met named Amina, a single mother from Nairobi. Amina's daughter was diagnosed with a rare illness, and the treatment was expensive, far beyond what Amina could afford. The system told her to accept the inevitable, that she couldn't fight this battle. But Amina made her last stand for her daughter's life. She identified what mattered, her child's future. She fought with everything she had, working multiple jobs, crowdfunding, advocating for better healthcare access. She built a legacy, raising awareness and helping other families in similar situations. Situations. Today, her daughter is healthy, and Amina's fight has saved lives. Why? Because Amina made her last stand, because she fought for what truly matters. I want you to imagine something with me. Imagine a life where you've made your last stand. Imagine waking up every day knowing that you fought for what truly matters, that your dreams are alive, your loved ones are protected, your values are upheld. Imagine the strength you'll feel, the purpose you'll have, the legacy you'll leave. Imagine looking back on your life and saying, I made my last stand and I fought for what truly matters. That life is not a dream. That life is yours for the taking. All you have to do is make your last stand. Let's take a moment to reflect. I want you to close your eyes for a second and think about what you'd fight for in your last stand. What is it? What's the dream? The person, the value that's worth everything to you. Picture that in your mind. Now picture yourself making your last stand, fighting with courage, standing tall, refusing to back down. Picture the person you'll become, the warrior you'll be, the impact you'll make, the life you'll live. How does that feel? That feeling, that's the power of making your last stand. That's what it means to fight for what truly matters. Let me share one more story, a story about a man named Terry Fox. In 1980, Terry, a young Canadian, was diagnosed with bone cancer and lost his right leg. But Terry made his last stand for cancer research, deciding to run across Canada to raise funds and awareness. He called it the Marathon of Hope. Terry ran 3,339 miles on one leg, through pain, exhaustion, harsh weather, fighting for what truly mattered, a world without cancer. Though he couldn't finish due to his cancer spreading, his stand raised millions and continues to inspire cancer research. Why? Because Terry Fox made his last stand, because he fought for what truly matters. So today, I'm asking you to make a commitment to yourself, to your dreams, to the life you want to live. Commit to making your last stand, no matter the odds. Commit to fighting for what truly matters, no matter the cost. Commit to leaving a legacy of courage, no matter the battle. Because I promise you, when you make your last stand, you become live. Commit to making your last stand, no matter the odds. Commit to fighting for what truly matters, no matter the cost. Commit to leaving a legacy of courage, no matter the battle. Because I promise you, when you make your last stand, you become unstoppable. You become a warrior of purpose. You become the person you are always meant to be. The world is waiting for you. What truly matters is waiting for you to fight for it. Your last stand is waiting for you to take it. So go out there, make your last stand, fight for what truly matters, and watch how you become everything you were born to be. Thank you. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Success Mindset.